Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Marketing Matters. I'm Sarah Touchstone, Landmark Titles, social media marketing strategist and educator. I have the pleasure of bringing you Marketing Matters every Wednesday at 10 a.m. And I have the pleasure to welcome back the amazing Deanna Bone. She's just a powerhouse when it comes to real estate and the real estate industry. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit more about her today. She is celebrating her 20th year in real estate. Right, guys. 22 decades worth of real estate. She's the CEO and team leader of the Southwest Home Team. Her education and dedication turned her business into a business of, that's right, referrals, right? And where she leads the Southwest Home Team, they gross a sales volume of over 100 million, right? I love seeing the numbers. I knew that she was big, but guys, that's big. And 99.2% of their business is referrals. So when she talks about referrals, guys, she knows her stuff.
I've been around to do it.
Yes. The secret to her success, she's going to share secrets with you, is acknowledging that behind every successful person, there's a multiple list of great coaches and or mentors. In her ongoing pursuit to learn more about strengths and weaknesses, most of which was taught to her by being a wife, a mother, and a nana, right?
Yeah.
Real estate has also taught her what it takes to build a strong referral-based business and having contact, care, and community work every day. It's not just between the buyers and sellers, but between her and the agents all over the United States and Canada. That's right. Deanna is taking all of her knowledge and drive, and she really does help other agents to achieve the same level of excellence as a district director and mentor for Fathom Realty here in the Phoenix, Arizona, East Valley area. Welcome, Deanna.
Well, thank you, Miss Sarah. I appreciate it. And of course, I always have to start with who my number one mentor is. If everybody's out there have not heard of Brian Buffini, you need to hear of Brian Buffini. I'm actually been coached with him. I've been in business 20 years, but this year is my 15th year with Brian Buffini. And my actual personal coach has really encouraged me years ago to go out and teach agents what I have learned. And that's why this has started, right, Sarah? This is why I come on here. So
yes,
everything I teach you, this man has really taught me, and it's implemented into my business every single day. So when people ask me, really, do you do this? Do you really do this? Yes, I really do this, believe it or not. And I just saw Brian here in Scottsdale. So we were here with 1,000 realtors, the top realtors out of the US and Canada. So what I'm going to encourage everybody, based off what I'm going to be talking about today, which is the 5 selling principles that every real estate agent needs to know. He's got a great podcast that leads us into this. So I would encourage everybody to go to brianbuffini.com and look at season 2, episode 118, because that's what it's talking about, is where we're all in sales. Here's how to be great at it, right? So he is definitely a man to listen to, and he is also a powerhouse. So just know that I'm not smart enough to do this on my own. There's all those mentors and coaches behind me, and he is the biggest one behind me. So I always have to thank Brian for all of this. So let's go ahead and talk about what today's goal is, right? Because we always want to know, what are we doing today? So really today is to discuss the importance of having well-defined selling principles and learn the building blocks needed to move your clients through the selling process. I think right now, more than anything, we really do need to have stepping stones to help our clients get through objections and the despairs and all the stuff that's happening in our market right now that makes it a little bit difficult to help our clients either buy or sell a home right now. So hopefully I can give you a little bit of tidbits and a little bit of stepping stones to help you get to that next level. One of the things that has been told to me, and it's very interesting, is that 70% of realtors have never seen this kind of market or this fast of change in market that we have seen just in the last 12 months. Too many agents are just one deal away from getting out of the business. And I think that's where I wanted to come in and start helping agents and say, don't be one of them. We can help you get to that next level and become have a very good, well-balanced career in real estate. So one of the biggest ways to do that is definitely don't keep your head in the sand. You know, I love this photo of the ostrich and the gentleman that's sitting there, because it's true. I feel realtors, we hide ourselves in the sand because I don't know how to talk about these objections. I don't know what to do. Please don't ask me the questions. And that's what we need to not do. I just hope that I can help one person today not be that one agent that's just one deal away from getting out of the business. So let's go ahead and start talking about the selling principles. One of the things that a lot of realtors don't understand is people buy homes emotionally and they justify logically. So we have to understand, in order for us to get through the emotions, we need to have facts and stories, a well-balanced of both. So what we have to understand is facts tell. So it's very important to know the stats, what's going on in the market, looking at the Cromford report, being here on your webinars, things like that. But we also have to say that stories sell. So facts tell, but stories sell. So we need to wrap our facts in a story, and story needs facts for people to believe in them. So in other words, it can't just be all about facts that we do, and it can't just be all about stories, right? So as a realtor, we have to run our business on a well-balanced between both of them. So you have to know your facts and you have to have stories. So that's what we're going to talk about. People need help making the decisions. However, this has to be done with the right heart, because if you can imagine, without the right heart, this is a great skill for manipulating people out there, making them buy things that maybe they shouldn't be buying. So make sure your clients hear the music and not just the words to the song. So you have to be well balanced into that. So let's talk about some of the ways that we can have the right heart and help the clients hear the music and not just the words, in order to help them get into the next level of marketing or the next level of real estate. So building block number one, here's the biggest thing that you have to understand. We have to build out the problems with facts. Start out with a downside, because that's all they are thinking about right now. Where do they hurt? This is completely different than 6 months ago, because the market is totally different. So we have to start with creating awareness. We have to understand and get those concerns out. And then we have to have a reassuring energy. So one of the things that I always do is I send out a questionnaire before I meet with my buyers. And one of the questions I ask in there is, what is your biggest fear? What are you scared of in this market? We all are hearing some big objections right now. So we need to get those problems out and say, well, here's what's going on. So start by building out the problem and bringing awareness to what they already know is happening. As a realtor, I guarantee you the number one thing we've been hearing right now is our prices are going to drop. We're going to go back to 2008. Well, we have to already be prepared to go against that objection. So let's talk about the low inventory and let them know we've got you. Educate them on the high interest rates and let them know we've got you. So you have to say all the time, yes, it's high interest rates, but you know what? I've got you. Let them know you understand the high cost of living right now, but guess what? I've got you. We've got you. When I started just saying, you're right, we do have high rates. You're right. We do have low inventory. You're right. There is a high cost of living right now, but guess what? We've got you. And then this is what we're going to do, is educate you. Educate, educate, educate. And then let them know you're not alone. So you need to start with, look, here's the downside of what's going on in the market. Bring up all the downsides. It's amazing when most realtors out there are scared to bring up the negative. I start with the negative. I start with the downside, because then what I'm going to do is spend the rest of the meeting talking about the upside and how we're going to help them. So that's building block number one. Let's talk about, here's the downside of what's going to happen right now. Building block number 2, find out the emotional and tangible needs of your clients. If you remember what I just said a few minutes ago, I actually asked my clients, what's your biggest fear or concern right now? What is it? Your sellers could be, I'm scared to sell and not be able to find a new home. Or your buyers might be scared too. I'm scared to buy because I'm afraid the rates or the houses are going to drop in price. So here's just some of the things you need to understand as an agent. If, their emotions. So if they're really fearful about the market, give them facts and perspectives. That's what you need to understand to give them. If they have FOMO, fear of missing out, right? You need to give them a path to move forward. If they have their egos involved because, I want to make a deal. I want the best deal that's out there. Well, then you need to have a way for them to win. You need to have a way to stroke that ego, right? And of course, if their emotions or aspiration, help them establish these goals. And then if they're one of their emotions is just hope, paint the ultimate outcome. I hope that I can buy a house. I hope to have this dream. Well, then paint that beautiful outcome for them. Some of the things to keep in mind when you're talking about that building block number 2. People hate to feel dumb, right? That's the fear of missing out. But what they also have to understand is what's dumb is trying to time the market. We can't time the market. The market is great for whatever your needs are at this moment. And we need to talk about those. For buyers, are you good at telling them, look, it's not impossible to buy a home right now, but it does take a lot more work. Get that out, guys. Let them know that. I say this more than anything to all of them. Every single buyer I meet, you know what? It's true. It's not impossible to buy a home today, but it does take a lot more work. Are you ready to go? Meet their transactional needs. You're just going to get a check. But if you meet their emotional and transactional needs, you're going to create an advocate forever. And that's why I'm now 99.2% referrals, is creating those advocates, because I'm putting their emotional needs involved with their transactional needs and figured out this well-balanced world that we have to do as a realtor. So let's talk a little bit about building block number 3. We need to sell the solution. Here's what's funny. So when I say the FAB, right, which is the features, adventures, advantages, and benefits, it's kind of funny because most people are like, oh yeah, it's the features of the house. It's the advantages of buying. It's the benefits of doing this. This is where the realtors are wrong, guys. We need to sell the solution, not on the house or the market, but the solution needs to be me. I need to be the solution to help them. What are the features of working with me? What are the advantages of working with me? What are the benefits of working with me? That's where you need to pinpoint the FAB and really make sure you hone in on that building block number 3. I have to share why working with me helps and how different I am than the marketplace of other realtors, of other agents. Because remember, they're saying 70% of the realtors have never seen this type of market. One of the things Brian Buffini talked about this last year is he's like, we went from a speed market to a professional market. And a lot of us got lazy over the last 3 to 4 years. So now I have to show that I'm the professional and why they need me. That's something that we haven't had to do. And I was the first one to raise my hand when my coach asked me, did you get lazy? Because I'm like, absolutely, I did. So what I've done for this last few years is now put back that professionalism and put back the value and put back why they need to work with me. So just remember that. What's your FAB? Let's talk about building block number 4. This is where agents also get it wrong because they're always talking about me, right? We need very good storytelling, but what we need, we have to have our clients promote us. When they say it, it's true. When we say it, it's nothing but a promotion. It's not about you. It's about their stories to help our future clients in what's going to happen to them, okay? So start getting lots of testimonials. One of the things that my team and I do, that at every closing, when we hand our clients the keys, we ask them with our little phone, can we just take a 30-second video of a testimonial of why we helped you do this, or what could we have done, or what did we do? Are you excited? When are they the most happiest? Is when we hand them the key. So now I have all these video testimonials of my clients in their living room going, guess what? We're in our living room and the Southwest Home Team helped us buy, and this is what we got to do with them. Let them be the promoters. Then know everything about your clients. Are they first-time buyers, first-time sellers, move-up buyers, relocating sellers, active 55, investors, and the list goes on. So to start these stories, what you need to do is make a list of just your top 6 of your clients. And you need to promote to and be ready to share those stories. Because this is what's going to happen when you're talking to your future clients. You need to know how you help them. And you're going to say, you know what? This reminds me of a time that I helped one of my first-time buyers do this. Or this reminds me of time of one of my buyers that I helped do that. Or one of my sellers that did this. And then take them to the ultimate outcome. And this is how it worked out. So think about that. What are their fears? Where are their stories? And be prepared to share those stories with your clients. So when you make the list of those 6 clients, I want you to come up with their 6 stories, 2 stories of each. Just do it, guys. Come up with them. Because those are the stories that you're going to share with your clients, so that when you get these objections, you're going to say, you know what? This reminds me of a time that I helped my first-time buyer do this. Or this reminds me of a time that I helped a seller relocate to this. Because those facts are going to help you sell, not just the market or the house, but sell you. So what are you doing to do that? And of course, building block number 5, what it costs and what you get. You have got to bring up the cost of working and buying a property or selling a property. This is also where a lot of agents get scared. Number 1, I want you to knock out the word price. Just take it away. Everything that I do with my buyers is the word investment. So for you to sell with me, this is your investment. For you to buy with me, this is your investment, whatever that is. Okay, this is an investment into their future. Then you need to prioritize those benefits. What are your services? How do you do it? You pay, what they're looking for is you pay this, you get that, right? Start doing that. The more you do that, not only is it going to be easier with the next client, but you are going to believe it yourself. And that's what's interesting, because if you ask and smile, it's showing them, hey, I believe in it. I'm confident. I can do it. I don't stutter when I get out my price and the cost of what it's going to talk. Now, I'm not just saying commission. I'm not saying the fees for me, but what other investments are there? You've got down payment. You've got closing costs, right? You've got appraisals. You've got inspections. You've got HOA transfer fees. You've got title fees. They have to understand all this. And these are all the costs involved. So this is what you're going to say. This is your investment. So when I'm talking to my clients and we're talking about building block number 5, which is one of the most important blocks, which is also why it's one of the last ones, I'm talking about your investment in buying the property or selling the property. So kind of think about that. People have to be moved today. And are you ready to move them? Because that's what it's going to take today. So then, Sarah, as I'm finishing up, because I know we didn't have as much time as we wanted to do, I wanted to let everybody know what's going to be happening for the next 3 months, right? So the very first thing is, hopefully you learned something new today, at least a little tidbit to say, okay, I'm going to do this and put it into action, because I believe heavily that education without application is just pure entertainment. And then what I want to do is encourage everybody, what are you going to do for the next 3 months? Because what I'm going to do is what I have spent time with Brian DeFeeney is I'm going to bring out 3 topics over the summer that is almost like summer school to help them out. So hopefully, if you've guys got time, it's going to be on June 26th, July 24th, and August 28th. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and let Sarah go forward. And if anyone has questions or would like to know more information about some topics or things that they can do in this market, email me. I am an open book. I'm here to help clients get through to that next level. So Sarah, I'm going to go ahead and leave it on to you. I don't know if there's questions or what have you.
Oh,
So
yeah. We did get a question. Can you summarize your 5 points? One more time, recap on all 5.
So each building block, right? All right. So the very first building block that you want to remember, right, is building block number 1 is build out the problem and the facts, right? You come forward and start with the downside, right? Yes, this is what's going on.
If you can't fix it, flaunt it, right?
That's right. Bring it out because they are doing it, right? So that's building block number 1. Building block number 2 is find the emotional and tangible needs of my clients. Remember, they buy emotionally, but they justify logically, right? So that's building block number 2. Number 3 is we have to sell the solution. That's the fab, but it's not features, advantages, and benefits of the house, right? It's fab of the benefits, the features, and advantages of working with me. So that's building block number 3. Building block number 4 is use stories and testimonials, right? Remember, when it comes from the client, it's true, but if it comes from you, it's just a promotion. So stop saying, well, this is what I've done, right? No, let them say it. Let them say it. Post everywhere your testimonials, rather it be videos or rather it be written words. And then number 5 is what it costs. What is their investment to working with you, right? And again, that's not just the commission. That's not your fee of service. It's everything involved. It's the investment of buying or selling in this market. Those are the 5 ones. Thank you for those reminders.
Yeah, that's great. Good recap right there. That was a great question. Because it is, when we're going through all the information, you're like, what was that last one?
Right. And it does go quick. Because like we said, this one, because your marketing matters, there's a lot more you guys are going to be going over with. So we want to get through it. And you know what? You got to go as quickly as the market goes.
That's exactly what marketing matters is.
Right.
We don't have time for hours. We're just going to do quick 30 minutes. Quick, go.
Go. Because we got to get out there and do it again.
Yes. But Deanna, like she said, she is going to be hosting a little summer camp for all you crazy real estate campers out there, that will be on. The next one is, or the first one, I should say, is the 26th. I have the pleasure of getting to hop on and
you're hosting it.
You
are hosting it.
I love doing stuff with Deanna because like I said, guys, I learn something every time we do a webinar with her. The last time I got to hop on one of her spring training classes, she had a lot of information, but I'm just going to say there was a particular part of information that was just solid gold that I got out of that little nugget of gold. And I took that information and I'm sharing it, and it has completely changed my perspective of a lot of things. And when I talk with, when it comes to making the referral, or as we're now changing it to the word connection.
Good girl.
I'm hip. I'm with it, Deanna. That has just completely changed the mindset, I think, of when you're working with your clients. I'm not going to share her nugget. You guys got to hop on one of her webinars to get that. But like I said, it's just solid gold, some of the information that comes out of that. Deanna, what time on the 26th are we doing?
All of them are going to be 10 a.m. Arizona time. So,
yes.
So whether we're Mountain Standard or Pacific, depends on the time of year.
Well, we're always the same time.
Yep. And reach out to your marketing reps because they've got the QR codes and stuff to register for that.
Absolutely. So it will be so great to see you again on the 26th. I'm going to wrap up today with a couple of other great classes that we have. It's great having partners like Deanna and having the ability to offer you guys so much education because the market is always changing. Mm-hmm. So this Thursday, I can't believe that it's already June 8th, tomorrow. I'm going to blink and summer's going to be over.
Yep.
But we've got another HUD class. So Patty and Michael run these HUD classes on a pretty regular basis, about once a month to every other month. So if you're working with HUDs or you want to get prepared to work with HUDs, because this could be a really big thing coming up in the next year or two, I highly recommend taking one of their HUD classes. This one's on Zoom tomorrow, 10 a.m. to 11. If you'd like to RSVP, reach out to Patty and Michael for that. And then we've got a roundtable discussion coming up on the 12th. So this is going to be Monday already. And lunch, we're going to feed you guys for this, but we're going to talk about title and escrow, and we're going to have a brainstorming session. So we've got Lisa coming out from our Biltmore branch. If you'd like to RSVP for that, guess what? There's a QR code right there. You can just go ahead and scan that, or reach out to Beth or Becky for that. You guys, I mean, I know you have title and escrow questions. I work in title and escrow, and I always have questions too. So this is a great one to attend. This is going to be in the Biltmore area at our new conference room as well. So RSVP for that, so you can give the ladies a head count, a good head count. And then next week, I'm going to be teaching the Chat GPT and Canva Magic class. If you guys haven't started using Chat GPT, or you're not using Canva Magic, Canva has all kinds of AI features that they built in and launched in March. So if you're not using these for your business, I highly recommend attending this class. This is going to be in person, so it's going to be very interactive. And we're going to give you the basics, how to get signed up, what you can actually do with ChatGPT and Canva Magic. This is one, like I said, it's going to be great. It's this one is not a Zoom class. This is an in-person class. However, I have done some Zoom classes. If we have interest on doing a Zoom class too, especially with it being summer, I would say look for that maybe in July. I did the Zoom class, I think in May last. So we're going to do an in-person this month. But if you guys are interested in a Zoom class, let's go ahead, get that on the calendar too for July. And we're going to be diving a little bit deeper pretty soon too into ChatGPT with integrations. If you guys have been using it, there's a lot more than we've been talking about. We've just kind of been scratching the surface, but we're going to be doing some integrations with using ChatGPT and creating chat bots. So keep on the lookout, keep coming back to Marketing Matters, because this is where you guys are going to find out what's next. So this next in-person class, though, it's going to be Thursday, 10 a.m. to 12. It's going to be in Goodyear at the Keller Williams office, but everybody is invited. They've got a great training room there. So RSVP to Patty and Michael, let us know that you're going to be headed out for that, and stay tuned because we're going to have some even more in-depth ChatGPT classes coming up. And then also on the 15th, we've got Here Comes the Judge. This is going to be up in the Prescott area. Faye Humphreys she's pretty darn awesome. She's also very entertaining when she's talking about stories within the real estate industry that maybe had some different outcomes than we're used to seeing. This is a great class to kind of talk about that. It's really fun. It's based on real life scenarios that it's kind of like a little bit of a good info on what to do and what not to do to keep yourself out of trouble in the real estate industry. So that's coming up on the 15th. And then we've got our scheduled on the 17th of August and the 26th of October. Save the date on those as well. And then later this month, coming up on Thursday, the 22nd, we've got our next in the series of Arizona real estate series. Say that 10 times fast. But we're going to be covering, and these are topics I'm pretty excited about because, and you guys should be excited about too, because one, as realtors, you're on the road every day. So this directly affects you and your business. Two, it affects the growth of our economy here. We're bringing on specialists from ADOT and the Maricopa Association of Governments to talk about our freeway and transit system and how this is going to impact our economy growth in the area. So I highly recommend you guys get on this. This is on Zoom at 9 a.m. These panels are absolutely amazing. The info that comes out of them, you cannot find anywhere else. So scan that code, get registered today, and we'll see you on the 22nd. And then last but certainly not least, our Whiskey Row tours offered to you up in the Prescott area by Landmark Title. The next one's going to be July 27th, and then we've got another one on September 21st. So put these on your calendar, head up to Prescott if you're in the Valley, cool off, and attend these really informational tours. Prescott is a great area, and these tours, they're fun, they're informational. You can invite clients to these as well. So put these on the calendar, head on up to Prescott. And that is it for us today, guys. Of course, thank you to Deanna Bone. It's always amazing having you on here. I look forward to seeing you again on the 26th and learning a lot more information. And then, of course, if you'd like to attend that or any of the other classes, or you want to implement some of the tools and trainings that we talk about here on Marketing Matters, reach out to your business development manager. If you're not already working with one of them, I'd love to make the introduction to Beth, Becky, Melinda, Mary, Patty, Cynthia, Michelle, Michael, or Renee. We've got a great team to partner up with here at Landmark Title. And then, of course, as always, thank you to Landmark Title for allowing us to bring you Marketing Matters every Wednesday at 10 a.m. We're here, like I said, every week to give you consistent information to keep you ahead of the trends, ahead of the game, so that when you're out there and you're killing it, selling and helping your buyers, you can send those contracts on over to Landmark Title and let us do the rest of the work for you. We have 7 offices across the Valley, 1 in Prescott, 2 up in Nevada. So please think of us on your next contract. We'd love to help you out there as well. That's it for us today, guys. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. We'll see you next week.
Thank you, Sarah.